Everybody, this is Dr. Nick with LVRG Media, and welcome to another episode of Path to a Million podcast. We're doing our coronavirus stimulus bill special episodes. We're also going to be doing a Q&A tomorrow on the Dr. Nick Silveri page at noon Central. So if you have any questions and you want them, we can talk about it. Then just be on there at noon tomorrow. And I'm going to be grabbing some questions that I've gotten throughout the last couple of days and just trying to make a really good list just in case, nobody shows up. But hold on a second. Okay. So anyway, be there noon tomorrow if you want to get your questions answered. Be sure to watch the videos because they may have already been answered. All right. What type of documentation should chiropractors get together for this program? So I've heard from a lot of people over the last day and today that they've been calling their banks. The banks don't know what they're talking about. I think they're starting to at least know that it's a thing. So when you call your banks, they aren't really going to know anything. They're not going to really know yet what the requirements are. So they're going to fall back on what they know for SBA loans, and they're just going to give you that. I don't think that's right, but here's what I think that you should get together just in case, just to be 100% bulletproof and you don't have to waste any time. Because the problem is that if you show up and you don't have the thing that they are asking for, because your local bank is going to be the one that is processing it. The SBA is guaranteeing it and they're the ones relieving it, but the bank is the one that's going to do the application. So if they have some dumb rule that you need to do this for our application, it's one of these situations where it's time is of the essence. So just don't waste it arguing with people. So here's the two things I recommend you do with your banker is call them, set up an appointment for next Friday. That's when the money is supposed to be available. Even if it's not, it's still good to just have that time set. They will know more by then. You can find out from them what the application process is, ask them any questions, feel better about it. You're basically first in line, I would guess. You could do it before that. I just don't the money's not going to be available and they may not know enough until midweek next week. The other thing I'd have you ask them or tell them is just let me know as soon as you know what the process is, the application process, let me know immediately so I can get on it and get you the things that you need. All right. Those are the two things that you need from your banker, an appointment and a promise to text you when this comes out, what the application process. What you'll need to get in the meantime, just not to waste time, is everything that you could possibly need for an SBA loan. And then on top of that, your payroll information from the last 12 months. So what does that include for the SBA information? That's going to be your 2017, 2018, 2019 personal and business tax returns. If you haven't done 2019 yet, bring your internal P&L statements from QuickBooks. So if you have the tax returns, get those. If you don't, bring your P&L statement. So that's personal and business. Then 2020, you want to bring your year-to-date numbers. You want to fill out a personal financial statement, and you want to get your accounts receivables aging report. So that's normally what you have to do for an SBA loan because they're looking for your ability to pay this back. That is not the requirement of this loan, but I'm just telling you that my dad is a banker, I've worked with enough bankers, whatever their boss tells them to do are the requirements, that's what they're going to do. They don't care that you are telling them, hey, that's not in the bill, they don't care. Just do what they need you to do so you can get the money as fast as possible. The other thing that you actually will need for this program is proof that you were in business before February 15th and your payroll numbers for the last 12 months from when you when you're trying to get the loan. So if you go in on April 1st, which is Wednesday, which you won't be able to, so let's say April 3rd. You go in on Friday, have your stuff ready from April 3rd, 2019 to April 2nd, 2019. Have the reports, anything that you have paid your employees through benefits or through payroll, you're going to want to make sure that you have documentation of that. So anything you've paid into retirement accounts, into health insurance, into sick leave, into severance packages, anything that you've given to people that work for you in the form of monies, you want to make sure that you have documentation of that because you want to be able to qualify for as much money as possible. Once they set your monthly average payroll cost, that stuff no longer matters. Now it just matters that you paid the money towards these covered categories. So you want as much money being approved as you can possibly get. So then you have the free money to spend on payroll and also spend on those covered categories like rent, utilities, interest on mortgages and business loans. So get the SBA information. And I may not be 100% right on that SBA quality. Just like look up, like, what do I need for an SBA loan? Google that. Whatever that list is, it's probably pretty close to what I told you, but maybe there's something that I'm not thinking of. But again, 95% chance you won't need it. 100% chance you shouldn't need it, but shouldn't doesn't really matter right now. So you shouldn't need it. You probably won't need it, but get it together anyway. It's just good for any type of loans. All the loans that you'll be applying for right now, if you do need loans, disaster loans, state loans, city loans, any of that stuff, you're still going to need, this is the most documentation that you would need. So just get it together, put it in a file, have it with you no matter what. All right. The payroll stuff is the most important. You want to qualify for as much money as you possibly can for those past 12 months. If you haven't been in business for a year, it's going to be January 1st to 2/15 of this year. So again, whatever you can put in there that is legitimately part of the things that will qualify for payroll costs, which I did another video on that. Make sure that they're in there. Qualify for as much as you can. That way you can use it to help with more than just payroll in some of these other